Morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's still doing well and enjoying these last couple days of our week. This video is going to be pretty quick. I just wanted to go over some criteria and some ideas on how to improve your writing that you've been doing this week. So thank you to everyone who's already posted their plans or parts of their story or their whole story. If you've already finished writing your entire story, well, this is an opportunity for you to go back and add some things and check and make sure that you've done everything I'm telling you to do right here. If you're still in the midst of writing, then you can just make sure that as you go forward, you're adding these things or just double checking that they're there. And if you're just doing your plan, you just finished your plan, that's okay too. Just make sure that when you actually write, these are the things that you are working on. So if you look at the screen here, this is the document that I made. This was our writing rubric. So the last time I wrote a story, this is what I gave you. And then after you submitted your writing, I added my own feedback into each one of these sides. Okay, so remember, this in the middle is what I'm asking you to do. On the right here is things that you did really well, and on the left is where you can improve on. So right now I'm just going to focus on the criteria because I'm not giving feedback to any specific person yet. Once you get your stories completed by the end of the week, then I can start adding in your individual feedback and what you did well and where you can improve on. But right now I'm just telling you this is what I'm going to be looking for. This is what you should be looking for in your stories, and make sure that you have them all as you write. So remember, on our plan, I said characters. You need to have at least two. So your protagonist and your antagonist at least. The plans I've seen, a lot of people have more than two, and that's great. But just make sure that all your characters, whether it's 2, whether it's 10, whoever it is, they all have names and descriptions. Okay, so I want to know what they're like. And you have at least 2 different characters with different personalities. So you should be focusing on at least 2 characters and telling me what their personalities are like. So make sure that your characters have names and descriptions. I know what they look like. You know what they look like. Anyone that reads it would know what they look like and who they are, and they have different personalities. Okay, so are they nice? Are they mean? Are they grumpy all the time? Are they silly? Whatever it is. Okay, make sure that in your writing it's clear. Okay, and then when you're looking at your plot, okay, the story has a detailed beginning, middle, and end. There is a problem presented, and it is solved by the end of the story. Okay, so our beginnings, remember, I don't want to see Once Upon a Time. Okay, try to think of something else. Try to think of a more interesting beginning and describe the beginning. So how does it start? Was it just a normal day? Was it a different day? Was it an exciting day? How is your story going to begin? Describe the middle. So as the problem is presented, describe what it's like, what the plan is, whatever they're going to do. And then the ending should be just as detailed as the beginning and the middle, okay? One of the reasons why I wanted you guys to write not just for one day, but start writing yesterday, continue writing today, and maybe even continue writing tomorrow is because a lot of times when we're writing, if we've been writing a long time, we might spend a long time on the beginning and write a really good beginning, a really good start to our story. And then maybe the middle, it starts to kind of get rushed. And then by the time, we've been writing for 30 minutes or an hour, or whatever it is, we're getting bored of writing and we just rush the end. Okay, so the reason why I wanted you to write over more than one day is so that when you start to feel like you're getting bored, like you write your beginning, and maybe you spend 15 minutes on it, maybe you spend half an hour, whatever it is, when you start to get bored, you put it down, you take a break, you walk away, okay? So that you're not just trying to get it over with. So you take a step back, go get some fresh air, go do something else, then come back to it the same day or even sleep on it, wait till the next day, and then write the next part, whatever it is, okay? So to make a good plot, all parts of it need to be detailed, and there needs to be some sort of problem, and it is solved by the end of the story, okay? So solved doesn't mean that it has to be a happy ending, remember? It just means that whatever the problem was, it's not a problem anymore. So either they didn't accomplish it or they did, okay? Whatever it is. Okay. Word choice. You've used some triple scoop words in your stories. Remember, good word choice. Try to make it more interesting than just saying like good or bad. So think of things like excellent, or instead of saying hot, it is like smoldering, or it is sweltering. Okay, so try to use some words that you've been reading in your books and put them in your own story, okay? And all your words make sense and are correctly used, okay? So it's easy to read, so that when I read it, or when your parents read it, or a sibling, or whoever you're going to share it with, when they read it, it makes sense, okay? It's not all over the place. Okay. And a couple more. Care and effort. Work is neat and legible. If you're typing it up on a computer, which is what I saw Wyatt do, which is a great idea, you don't even really have to worry about this because, of course, it's going to be neat and legible. It's on a computer. So that's a fun idea. If not, just taking care, using your pencil and making sure that it's legible, okay, which means I can read it or anyone can read it. They can look at it. I can see what letters you wrote and what words you wrote. You took your time during work blocks. You went back and reread your story to make sure it made sense. Okay, so this is a big one. You went back and reread it. That's what I'm asking you to do this week. Okay, make sure it makes sense. Make sure it's your best work. Okay, and finally, spelling. So all of our no excuse words are spelled correctly, and then all your other words are understandable. Okay, so those no excuse words that we were working on, they're all correct. And all the other words are at least understandable. Like you did your best sounding them out. They can be read by anyone. And this is why we share our work. So all other words are understandable. So if you share it with someone and they say, I don't know what this word is, then you need to go back and maybe look it up in a dictionary or online, or just ask a parent for help, so that you can spell your words so that they can be understood by everybody. Okay, so those are your big criteria. So as you're rereading your story today or tomorrow or whenever it is, look for those things. Okay, if you need to, you can rewatch this video and double check that you've done all these things. I'm going to also upload this document so you can just download it and then you can just look and make sure that, yes, all my characters have names. Okay, so can't wait to read all your stories. Thanks for posting if you already have. Go back, double check everything. That's your job today. Okay. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, you can enjoy some of the sunshine that we're getting through my window here. And take care. Okay, miss you all. Bye.